Well, hello, my lovelies. And you join me here at the Yard of Dreams. And it's rather nice to be back at this little spot on the old picnic table. It's been a while. Obviously, over winter, we've been hanging out in Mr. George Boaty. But I had a fantastic drive here this morning in Wetleg von Tittybiscuits, as you can see there, roof down all the way. Obviously I couldn't film that because wet leg, but yeah, I'm here feeling fabulous with my BFF, my best flipping friend. He's just over there. He's the beard
that you can see.
Just about him. Oh, can you not see me?
You're never in shot.
Oh, I'm just there, look. I'm like Chops. Chops is never in his videos apart from when he is.
But that's true, yeah. The difference is that he does video making to supplement his car sales pitch, and he does a lot better out of that than either you or I do.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be like a broadcaster.
Am I?
Well, yeah, of sorts, yeah. Your YouTube channel is your...
Nobody told me.
Is your thing, isn't it? That's you.
Well, how's that any different to you?
Well, because I'm in shots, and I always am.
Oh, I see.
If I'm not in shot, it's done deliberately. Whereas you just don't really know about where to point things.
No, that's just because you're a publicity-hungry tart.
I tell you what, I can imagine you when you go for a piss. You think, well, where's the toilets? no one here sit down to do your piss, because you're getting nowhere. You'll end up pissing in the sink, wouldn't you?
I'm too tall.
I'm not too tall.
Right, if you're tall, it's much harder to use the lavatory in a standing, because it's, there's more room for variation of disappointment, isn't there?
Yes,
I mean, you're a long way up.
Yeah, you are a long way up.
And you've got to, I mean, you imagine a firefighter with one of those unwieldy hoses that they struggle to keep under control. Well, imagine if he's doing that from 200 feet up in the air.
Yeah, but you're not 200
And that's my
feet tall.
urination experience.
You're 6'5" in your heels.
It's still a long way down.
It's not 6'5" down, is it?
I think that all men should sit to wee.
Anyway, I thought you had an extraordinarily long penis, which would make it much closer to the target than it would otherwise.
It may not be quite as long. It's slightly above average.
Is it?
In terms of length.
Yeah.
Well, I've told you many times before, the feedback I had was, I wouldn't want it any longer, but a bit more girth wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, no. Well, let's continue talking about your penis, because obviously it's probably the most entertaining thing at the table at the moment.
You were going to talk about lunch, and you pointed out very happily that it was your turn.
Yep.
I'm very pleased about that.
You won't be in a second.
Oh, why? Where are we going?
Skint.
Oh, are you really?
Honestly.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we put that on video?
It is on video.
Really, why not?
It is going, isn't it? Yeah, it's going. Ah, right.
Tomorrow, hopefully I won't be. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll be. I'll have money for a couple of days.
Yes. Yeah.
And you too.
Ah, yeah, but a much lower figure for me. Much, much lower. I mean, not even high double figures.
Right.
Month after, well, hey.
Yes.
But no, not tomorrow. But hey ho. Right. Well,
this is our coffee video.
If I'm buying
much better actually. If we made coffee videos instead of lunch videos, we can actually talk rather than just go.
Yeah, good point. Mustard and Boaty do late 11s.
Yeah.
Oh, well, while we're doing that, let's do a presentation.
I've got an itchy hand. See, on my hand there, I've got like a dry skin, and it's really itchy. If it was winter, it'd be even worse right now. And oh, actually, I've just got my knee on a stinging nettle as well. So it's all rather comfortable, in fact. I mean, join. Oh, I know what you've got.
Present for you.
Ah, look at that. Oh, look, your thing's changed direction.
Oh, has it? Have I given it a bonk?
Yeah. Now this, I am definitely going to use this. I want to go on a picnic just to use it. This is fabulous.
And matching picnic basket.
And what's that?
That is for Kevin Craven.
Oh yeah, that's what you promised him, isn't it?
He's commented on every single video that I've made in the last 12 months saying, don't forget it this time. I forgot it last week.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did.
Look at that.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is, well, you've all seen the picnic hamper with the authentic vintage cutlery.
Now this is a picnic hamper for when you have cheese.
Oh, is it?
Well, I reckon, yeah. Just because of the size of the plates.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, but it's fabulous. Now,
but there you are. That is a joint present to you and Toby Charles.
What a lovely thing to do. This would work in the boot even if it didn't get used.
Oh, totally, yeah.
But I'd actually like to use it as well.
Oh, better still.
Yeah. In fact, I reckon I should celebrate the gift of picnic hamper by having a picnic at some point this weekend.
I think that's a splendid notion.
I might even make a video of it.
Gosh, what a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing today? Don't know, but whatever it is, it will include making a video.
Let's pop that out of the way.
Yeah,
it's nice to be back here, isn't it?
It is.
We need to do. I'm being attacked by nettles.
Yeah, the nettles are basically taking over. They're winning as well. Do you know? You know, like you get Jehovah's Witness knock on the door.
Yes.
Do you actually have a conversation with them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might do.
Yeah.
But imagine if you didn't really want them knocking on the door because you was just about to eat your lunch, go for a bath or whatever it is you're doing, your tidy house alone.
Yeah.
But not only you get one, the knock on the door. You said, well, I'm sorry. Come back later on when I'm not busy. But you end up with 5 of them.
Oh
one
really?
After they just keep coming. Every couple of minutes there's another knock on the door and you look out and there's a queue of about 50 Jehovah's Witnesses queuing outside your house, not knocking on anybody else's door.
It's like that
just yours.
That's
what the nettles are like.
It's like that. Oh right, it's like that game that you used to play on Facebook, isn't it? Warzone Tower Defense. We were talking about this last week, weren't we? Where you know that doom is inevitable, but the aim of the game is you have to keep the invaders at bay for as long as possible. Before they inevitably reach your inner scrotum. And
I don't remember talking about this.
Oh, maybe I was talking with somebody else.
Maybe.
Which seems odd because I don't have any other friends.
No. But you have lots of people that you speak to. You just spend all day talking to people, don't you?
No, I spend all evening talking to people.
Yeah.
During the day, I hardly talk to anybody. I'm just...
You'll spend a long time tonight talking to yourself, won't you?
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Live stream ahoy.
Yep.
But it might be quite an exciting one because if Amazon have done their job, I will be testing out a present from a mutual chum of ours.
Oh. Oh.
A new microphone.
Oh, gosh. That's interesting. Where's mine?
Well, I can't specifically answer. Well, I'll answer that by asking you a question in return. Did you treat anybody to a lovely home-cooked lunch in a beautiful location yesterday?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, well, that's why you haven't got a new microphone.
Right. Okay. That's fair enough, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good swap.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I reckon that a home-cooked lunch.
Well, I mean, it depends how you define home-cooked.
Right. So, cooked in a restaurant, warmed up in your house.
No, it was cooked outside.
Right.
It was cooked outside. Now, it was made in the restaurant, admittedly, but it was cooked outside.
Momo's by any chance?
Indeed.
Yes.
With a toned down Momo chutney. And it's a good job I toned it down because they struggled a bit with it as it was, and it was like 1/10 of the intensity that you and I had.
Do you know, that's the thing with chilies though, isn't it? You just, once you get used to them,
You can't do without them.
yeah, and you just want more and more. I don't
Yeah.
even, what did I have the other day? Oh, I did, we had a salad on Saturday. Salads are great because you have a plate piled high with all sorts of different things. And of course, I had about 10 chopped up chilies on mine as well.
Excellent. I quite like hot guindilla peppers with a salad.
Right, not familiar with those.
But they're the hot versions of the things that kebab shops give you. We get one at Istanbul.
Those, right.
We get one at Istanbul.
Yeah, well, they're not hot at all, are they? They're just vinegary.
Yeah, but they do a hot version that really are hot, and you can buy them at Sainsbury's.
Right.
And I warn you, they really are hot. But for me, the salad, and I do love salad. I would eat salad every day. Salad is very difficult when you're single.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, much easier when you're a family or in shared accommodation or in prison. But for me, salad is all about the dressing.
Right.
What do you dress your salad with, or do you just have it bare naked?
Well, I like a bit of olive oil.
Oh yeah.
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 Although I've stopped buying the expensive stuff.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Well, because I use it for cooking as well.
Yeah, so do I.
So it's just olive oil. It's not like the old first pressing stuff.
The problem is it's so expensive in the UK. You know, in anywhere in the Met, it's cheap as chips. What I do with olive oil is buy the cheap stuff, but then I infuse it.
Right.
With various things. So I'll have chili infused, basil infused, and give it a bit of a... But my favourite dressing is homemade dressing with olive oil, white wine, Dijon mustard, and garlic, and whatever herbs and bit of spice I can be asked to put in at the time, and just mix that up, and that's brilliant.
I'm just mad on curry at the moment. I mean, I've always liked it, but for some reason, because I think I did one where I felt like I properly nailed it.
All right.
And it was down to the amount of garlic and coriander stalks.
Oh, coriander stalks are amazing.
And what
Try
it does,
radish.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, I will actually. I ate this and it was really, really very hot. But I was full up and I wanted to eat more. And the next time I was hungry, all I wanted was curry.
Right.
And once I finished it all off, I wanted to make more. So I did. And
Right.
so I ate all that and then I wanted more. And that's how it's been.
How often do you eat curry?
Oh, every 10 minutes.
I have it every day.
Yeah.
We're certainly 5 days a week, minimum.
There's nothing as satisfactory to consume as curry.
But you'll have it at lunchtime as well, and for me it's a nighttime thing.
Yeah, well, for me it's any time thing. When we go to Istanbul, I'll have curry if I'm not massively hungry.
Right.
But other than that, if I'm really hungry, the chicken shawarma's the best for filling because you just get loads of meat.
God, when we used to have that, when we used to have the doner on a naan, I could never eat that. There was always a bit of supper and next day's breakfast.
Right. Yeah. Naan bread. We're making more naan bread as well. I just realised we're still filming. You're still filming this whilst we're having a private conversation about something intimate between the two of us. We should never discuss food on YouTube.
We were talking, somebody was telling me about your naans. Must have been...
telling you about.
Yeah, it must have been Simon or Matt yesterday. Right. And I said, he can't have made naan. You can't make naan at home. He'll have made a version of roti or chapati in a flat pan.
Well, it tasted like the naan bread that you get, and it was.
What were the ingredients?
Ingredients were white flour, rather than strong flour, yeast, of course, olive oil, salt, sugar, and yogurt.
That does sound like a naan bread.
Yep, and in the pan, properly whacked up to the max so that the pan's practically on fire all by itself.
Right.
And you just fling it in, and you know, not that long on either side, so it's still stretchy and stuff on the inside. That's where I thought I got it right, because I took it out and you could fold it over without it breaking.
Okay.
And yeah, so I was very pleased.
Did
with
you
that.
prove the dough?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I turned a bit. Oh, it's a tractor.
Oh, is that what it is? It looks like it's stopped.
It does look like it's stopped.
Yeah, of course you proved the dough.
You got going again. Fair play to him.
Unusual sound, isn't it?
Oh, God, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, that's what talking about food does for you, isn't it?
Yeah. But I wish you joy of your hamper.
Yes.
I have got an upgraded version that's more suitable for my needs.
What, is it smaller?
It is.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's smaller. The whole of the floor space is
Spit out. Would you like to start again?
No,
Right.
that won't help. There's a word that I'm trying to think of.
Just think of an easier one.
Insulated.
Ah, right.
The whole of the floor space is like an insulated thing. So there's a zip, and then it's all shiny silver. You know, so you put your cool blocks in there, and then it's all insulated. But it's a 4-piece as opposed to this, which is a 2. That's it.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah. But it's from a very nice chap who is a viewer of mine. Well, actually, it's from his parents-in-law. Yeah, he gave it to me to take to the Great British Car Journey show. So, thank you very much. It's lovely.
Good. Now, car shows. That's something that I've not had my ear to the ground about, because on Sundays I've just been a bit preoccupied with other things. But then I see pictures.
Shagging.
Gosh, that's rather presumptuous of you.
Oh no, it was a question.
Oh right, I see. You wasn't sticking words into my mouth.
No. That was a question. I'm asking if you've taken to giving your Sundays over to excessive shagging. Excessive is, you know, that's a pejorative thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, because you know, excessive would be subjective.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
What might be excessive shagging to me might be just the right amount for you and your good lady.
Yeah, you're probably right actually.
Yeah.
But no.
So how many times do you do it on a Sunday? And you are on record.
Yeah. On a Sunday.
Yeah. Do you like to get one in early on a Sunday morning, like before breakfast?
Oh, would yeah.
Oh, you would in theory, but you don't.
Well, sometimes I forget.
Well, I used to like the after Sunday lunch one when I was married.
What, when you're all bloated?
Not immediately after. We would we'd be up fairly early on a Sunday, doing stuff with the kids, and then I would cook Sunday lunch. Quite a bit of wine would be consumed. We'd have a fabulous family lunch, and then we'd go to bed and watch a film or something in bed and have a snooze, and then wake up and knock a few spots off each other. And I used to really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
It was quite, you know, it tended to be quite low key.
Low key?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's right. Who describes poddering as low key? This is why you should be. This is why your face should be in your own videos, because that did look quite good there.
That's why it shouldn't. So,
You don't want that coffee then?
we've all done the low key pottering. You know, you're not always. I mean,
You mean there's no preparation? You just do it.
it's just really low key that, you know, you don't go to any great histrionics. You know, you've been asleep, you're all spooned up, and you know, you might have a little stiffy, and
That's it, right? Yeah, you're spooned up and you wake up with an erection and you think, let's not waste this.
yeah. So you just think, well, have a little fumble,
Yeah.
Prepare the grounds, you know, without any great, you know, you don't announce it. You don't say, right, warning, incoming, brace yourself. You know, there's none of that. You're still half asleep. She's still half asleep. And you just have a little preparatory fumble, slipping aside or slipping down the doings. And, you know, just kind of nudge it in.
Doings is a word you use quite a lot, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's a wonderful word to talk, you know, when you don't know an actual word.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like it doesn't sound like you can't think of a word. It sounds like that's the word that you actually want to use.
Yeah, well, I do.
That's
and I often use it in conjunction with furdling. Furdling the doings is, you know, that covers such a wide range of possibilities.
It does. You are correct, indeed.
I'm a big fan of furdling the doings and jiggling it a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of jiggling it a bit. More things should be able to be fixed by jiggling it a bit.
I'd agree. Lots of things can be fixed by jiggling.
And if the rule is, if you've jiggled it a bit and it's not fixed, you call in a man with trousers that have many pockets. More pockets than, you know,
Is that how
would ever be usefully viable.
Is that how porn actually started then? That's why the plumber comes around, because you couldn't jiggle a furling.
Yeah, you've jiggled it a bit and the doings are still not furdled.
Yeah, so the lady's still there waiting for the correct service.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
only the tradesman can actually. He's got the
moustache.
Got
He's got the moustache.
The moustache.
Yeah, the 1970s porn moustache.
Yeah, it's just got the right amount of tickle.
Yeah, and when the door opens, and you know Pat Mustard's face is there in the doorway.
Yeah.
Then the music starts playing, and you think, oh, here we go. As soon as the music starts playing, you know that things are going to drop off.
Gosh.
Oh, and if it's a proper 1970s porn video, things would be nice and hairy.
Yeah, they would, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then.
Vintage porn, wonderful. God, 1970s, vintage. I mean, 1970s was last week.
Well, it was in the big scheme of things, I suppose. In fact, the bigger the scheme, the closer it was. Yeah. 1970s was actually 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, so... You'd imagine then that all plumbers are basically prepared for any eventuality. They don't know whether they're going to knock on the door and do somebody's washing machine or tickle somebody's trumpet. And that must make it a rather exciting job.
Right.
When you're at school or when you're growing up,
yeah.
and you're thinking about what you'd like to do for a living,
yeah.
does making porn actually come into part of the decision making of whether you're going to be a plumber or not?
It's weird that you say that, because
it's not.
I was having a flight of fantasy yesterday or the day before, and I was imagining the way things are nowadays, that somebody going into their, you know, when the careers advisor comes to school, and you know, what do you want to do? Well, I want to be a porn star and appear on OnlyFans. And they sort of say, no, seriously, what? Well, no, I really want to do that. I'm really attractive. I love having sex, and the idea of sex with strangers excites me. And it's incredibly well paid, and I love money.
Yeah.
Now, how would the career advisor argue against that? And my follow-up question is, given that we live in very different times now to the 1970s, how does the plumber customer pottering situation work when many men plumbers are now lady plumbers?
Right.
Lady plumber
yeah,
men.
let's see, the tables have turned.
And there are also there are more openly gay people, and there are people who identify as other sort of people, and there are people who have been, what's the word? Begins with an M. Modified.
Modified, yeah.
Yeah, they've been slightly modified. So I would imagine now that being a plumber would be not quite as straightforward as it used to be in the 1970s.
Yeah. Now imagine if you're this lady that it just so happens the washing machine has broken as well. It's leaking, but you're more interested in something else. So you phone the plumber up. The plumber comes to the door and it's a lady, and she just says, "Ah." And the plumber says, "It's okay, I swing both ways." And the lady says, "Yeah, but I don't."
Yeah. Awkward.
So I want, just like when the lady, the young lady, old lady, whichever one, goes to the doctors for something personal, and they say, "No, I want to see a female doctor." They might do the same thing with the plumber and insist that they have a male plumber come out.
But if you were a lady, and let's face it, slightly desperate, because if you're seeking a pottering and your best course of achieving that is to book a plumber, which is like a really expensive thing to do.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I mean, really, they could just go out to the pub.
Yeah.
And
wear the correct t-shirt.
Yeah, and just generally be available. And they're not only going to get podgered, they'll have all of their drinks bought them and a battered sausage, chips and curry sauce.
Yeah.
Lisa Postleway does that all the time. She hasn't paid for a night out in about 35 years.
Boats would like to express his heartfelt appreciation to his amazing channel members. Alan Searle, Project MGTF, Rose Chicks, Chef Daniel, The Greenwood, Typhoon Cat, Richard Mahon, Dinosaur Dad, GPSOMG, Car Crazy Norwegian, Tricia Alderman, Black Lines, Classic Wheels Weld, Sha Brown, Jimmy Quinn, Joe Cox, Project Nigel, Joe Harwood, _ Everything Car, Mr. George Roger Boaty, StiQLG, Bad Books, Benny the Worst, Nigel Fleck, Dumpy Dump, Rob Brooks, Wetleg's Rear End, Hookton Classics, Holly Halls, John Moruzzi, Ujul, General Cheeseburger, Pinboo Concorde, Psychonaut 7 and Kevin Hugh. Your support means the world to him, you're all fucking legends and he thanks you from the heart of his bottom. Thanks also to everyone who supported the channel in other ways with super chat, super thanks or just by watching the videos and leaving your knob alone when the advert come on. See you on the next video. Oh, and I'm not wearing any panties.